Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Andrew Reiner.
Hello.
Kimberly Wallace.
Hey, hey.
Leo Vader.
Hey, guys.
What are we looking at?
Clouds.
All right. Thanks for watching.
That we're dependent on for survival. Blestia is what we're talking about here.
All right. And the game is Tales of Vesperia.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can read.
It's back.
It's back.
This is the definitive edition?
Yes, finally can play it because originally in North America only came out on 360. Japan got a PS3 version, which North American fans were not happy that they didn't get. But now you can play it on PS4, Xbox One, Switch.
Whoa.
Nintendo
There's
Switch.
a lot going on with it.
All right.
And should you? Is it good?
Yes, it's one of the better Tales games. This is actually has the cast I think most people say would refer to as the best. The protagonist is probably considered the best. The story is not great, I'll give it that, but the characters are cool and the world's very cool. So it is definitely a game as a Tales fan you should play. I'm interested to see how it holds up considering the Tales battle system has gotten faster through the years. So this might be going back a little to a slower pace and really making sure that you block at the right times, and not that that's not what you do in the other series, but it's just going to be clunkier, I think.
Okay.
But we'll see. Maybe it'll prove us wrong.
So for the sake of argument, let's pretend that Leo is not familiar with this series at all and doesn't know anything about it.
Okay.
What would you say to Leo in this case?
I would tell Rita.
Rita? Oh,
I would tell
I like
Leo.
it.
No, I would tell Leo about Rapide, a pipe-smoking dog, which is your companion in this, who is
I'm
the
listening.
best character.
Okay.
What's in the pipe?
We don't.
Whatever you want,
question.
Leo.
Yeah, what do you
Okay.
think is in that pipe, Leo?
All right.
How do you think he gets so powerful?
Scooby Snacks.
Yep.
I did see
Spinach?
something about herbs in the achievement list.
All right.
This is the beginning of the game, I should point out.
Yes.
Yeah, it sure feels like it.
But
There's a lot of animation.
Yeah.
It's very cool. This is my favorite in the series. I've played like 3 or 4 of them. This is the only one I have played all the way through. And I completely disagree with our review of it
Really?
that Matt Miller did. He gave it a 7.25.
I was gonna say it wasn't me.
Oh my gosh.
There he is!
Oh, he's adorable.
Matt Miller.
sleeps with
No,
a
that's
pipe?
Rapide. He's
Very
always
interesting.
smoking.
Yuri, this is not
Uh-oh.
good.
Are you uh-ohing at the kid just barging in or his voice?
The total package. Also, we should note that you can play with in Japanese if you want.
Yeah.
Look, the
With subtitles.
is broken again.
Yep, they upscaled all the native resolution for this. It contains new bosses, mini games.
Interesting.
Never come to the lower
Let's
quarter.
see.
That's Jack Marston's voice,
Previously
apparently.
oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. That's Troy Baker who's voicing the main character.
Really?
A little cool nugget fact there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let me see him.
He got to start doing a lot of anime,
I'm Flynn's
so
replacement.
he's
Never
Yuri
mind
here.
that. Come on. We're
And the
short
boy
on
is Nolan
people.
North. That really just shows his range.
Yes.
Here, they need your help too.
And apparently there's also 2 new playable characters for this edition. So you get to play as Flynn, like Yuri's best friend, kind of like friendly rival. That you see in this game. So if you've played this game before, you know who Flynn is. Now he'll actually be a party member alongside Patty, who's like this young pirate girl. We don't know much about her except she obviously likes to search. She wants adventure, treasure, and also to uncover her forgotten memories, which is something we don't hear much in RPGs.
Finally.
Interesting.
We'll see what they add to the narrative, if much of anything. But
What a
we've got
distinguished
Rapide
character.
here. We got Rapide here. That's all we need.
Fancy walking.
That's all you need to see.
Did he just jump out of the window?
So what I
Yuri.
like about Yuri as a character is he's pretty much like, I'm just not going to sit here while stuff's going on. Like, I need to get into the action. I need to see what's happening. And Reiner could watch a skit, I think, if he wanted to, right?
First,
Yep, here we go. Skits are the a trademark of the Tales series. It's how the party members bond. They're actually usually pretty good. Some are small, some are not. Some people skip them. I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you do that, but you know.
So it's like a codec conversation, essentially.
Yeah, kind of. But it'll eventually have like the whole cast, like your whole party will be in there sometimes, and just talking heads back and forth.
Okay.
It's fun.
So sometimes, like when Meryl's there, and then Otacon chimes in, like that. Okay.
Oh no, they're running out of water.
Take it easy with the water sports, old man. You're not getting any younger.
He's a little wise ass.
Is that Tom Hanks?
Hanks is really going at it.
He feels responsible. He's the one who pushed.
Is he just throwing water with his bare hands?
And now he's the one who's all
I guess. Classic jury.
That's true. He even partied with his wife's keepsake to help raise the money.
Those chest muscles.
Lot to think about here.
There's a lot.
Exactly.
See, he's like, I gotta do something about this. I can't just sit here and watch all the water go away. It's like, I'll do you one better.
Yeah, so the game's over 100 hours. 30 minutes of that is roughly him looking at things.
Only 30 minutes of it?
Maybe 30 hours.
I find okay.
These came out in like 2008, so it was right around that time when Microsoft was trying to get the Japanese audience, the JRPG fans, onto their console. So that's when we had a bunch of RPGs. Blue Dragon,
Lost Odyssey.
yeah, Infinite Undiscovery,
That name.
Last Remnant. I mean, there's a lot. It never worked at getting Japanese gamers interested in the console as they wanted. But, and like I said, that was what was the big deal, is that this game eventually came to PS3 there because nobody played it on 360. And then we were like, well, what about us? And more Americans played it on the 360. But now we finally, if you missed out on it, you can see what it's about. I mean, I actually bought a 360 because of that, like because all these JRPGs are coming to the console, and this was one that I really wanted to play. And you know, I go where the games go. So that was my. I also had a PS3 though, but you know, I wasn't even going to get one unless they had RPGs on it. So
Definitely sharper resolution. Looks very nice. This character.
it
looks
always
important.
had a very nice art style with the kind of the shell shading that is going on here too. The newer entries, not as much.
Should we go feel that? It won't let us.
Yes. No.
Oh yeah, the Tales series is usually very linear. You can little things you can jaunt out on, but usually it'll tell you where to go, and you can't go there till. Which keeps you on the story path, because sometimes you're like, I don't know where to go.
We're going up.
You there! You there! Are you aware of the serious events going on in the world?
Are you?
Over here, right here, I'm the Wonder Reporter.
This is what we've been missing. This is why we don't get news right anymore.
Newspaper in the morning, cup of coffee, donut. What?
I wish instead of Twitter, I had a Wonder Reporter
Yeah.
on my way to work.
And you bring me donuts while I watch the news. I totally do that.
By the way,
And you can't rotate the camera, correct?
No.
well then, farewell.
Is the Wonder Reporter's identity a secret? Or is it?
Hey, Wonderlog.
Would staring upon him make you lose your mind and end your life like Bird Box?
That's a really good question.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
supposed to see him. He's a mystery. That's how he, establishes his free press.
Is he actually
People
Vesperia?
knew who he was. They just go after him.
Yes, I heard something about it breaking and them collecting money to fix it.
That's right. I hear that lot went so far as to sell their treasures to save up the money.
Treasures?
They're talking about something that's happening down 2 staircases. It's like a
It's
rumor.
like they're just like, we're not gonna help. Who cares? And he's not gonna take that. Either is repeat.
I'm telling you.
Can Repeat talk?
No, that's the beauty of him.
He does chime in on conversations with his facial expressions.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
which is pretty funny.
Is he sentient? Is he self-aware?
He is.
Yeah.
Ack.
What the?
It's a regular Kathy type.
Just
They're as
throwing
good at their
rocks
job as
their head.
stormtroopers.
Yeah.
That's excellent armor.
Yeah, what's the point of that armor?
If you can't understand the value of junk, you're worth less than junk yourself.
Look at that.
So
Look at
true.
that.
Ooh.
Pete, can you find the trail?
Pete's like, I got this.
It's really his game.
They should have made a Repeat spin-off, man.
Put him in Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's the royal
Yeah, they are. They're all third-party characters,
Yeah.
supposedly, right? So, why not?
Tobacco use.
Oh,
see that.
Yeah.
T for
You
teen.
could say that there's like candy in the pipe.
Bubbles. A bubble pipe.
Yeah.
Found it.
Or he's an alien. Doesn't that make it all okay if it's just an alien?
Look at that adorable Repeat.
There,
The lower
see?
quarter's right there. They still don't give a damn. It's not their loss, so what do they care? They should act, noble. Not just dress nice and hide in their mansions.
Huh.
All right.
You clearly don't have the same kind of fond memories about this as the rest of us do. What do you think about this?
That's a great question.
Thank
Joe.
you.
Hold on, there's a cutscene coming up. We should.
Oh, yeah.
Leo's really into this, so
For me, it was the story, like the characters, their relationship. Combat is okay. You're probably not going to see that in this new gameplay today, but obviously you could quickly search what combat is in this.
Watch a replay of the original.
It's real time, arena based, kind of you're in a spherical battlefield,
Okay.
and
Is it open?
there we go. And you got a
load
bunch of
times are
abilities and
faster.
powers, obviously supporting characters.
I know more.
Very hack and slashy, but yeah, it's all
Yeah,
about where this story
the
goes.
Tales series gets compared to fighting games a lot, and that's because, like, as it goes on, it definitely goes more in that direction with faster craziness on the battlefield happening.
We might see some combat here, actually.
And what else is cool about Tales is if I hooked up a controller here, I could play another party member with Reiner once he gets his other party members.
Oh, cool.
But I think he has Repeat right now, so he could. Like, you can play up to 4 people with that if you can. Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to work on Switch.
Yeah. They've always done that with all the games. So, yes, it's basically like a single-player RPG. You could put your friends in as party members, so...
That's cool.
You were Mordio, right?
Oh. He's shaking.
Turned into a bag.
Good boy. What the?
Yeah, graphics
The
do look
blaster
better.
core is gone. Let's go and get that core back. And give that mage a whooping while we're at it.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
This is some of Troy Baker's finest work.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at these guys. Yep.
Visors down, fellas.
You would want to hit
Into an
them.
aristocrat's house? My, how the mighty have fallen. Just what I needed. Tweedle A and Tweedle B. Just what is a Tweedle anyway?
He's like, I don't got time for this.
There's no hope of escape. We've got you surrounded.
Yeah, there's the two of them.
Does it look like I'm trying to escape? See, it's stuff like that that keeps you guys from getting promoted. You did not just say that!
I say, you take that back.
Enough beating around the bush, I guess.
Here you go, Reiner.
All right. Yeah, we got
Time
the
to
show
shine.
The sword.
There we go.
There we
Showing
go.
his skills.
And just
I like
the
the music.
rockinest tunes.
Yeah.
Back, I'll handle this. In the name of the Imperial...
I say, I shall be the one to defend the good name of the Imperial Knights.
No.
Peons, I say, should stand back.
The way he walks.
Beyond.
You're the
No, no, I
peon.
say, I am your
I appreciate the sentiment, guys, but let's cut the cat fight and get on with it.
Okay. Set to semi-auto. Well, there's jumping in this, Jeff.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Definitely jumping on the battlefield.
When you need it, like on the
Yes.
battlefield.
Let's start with him. So yeah, you can run around.
Hey, let's go. You ready?
Thanks for letting me do that, guys.
I am your superior.
Nay, Focus. You are, I say, clearly my subordinate.
Wait, are they fighting? So he's not. Yeah.
Ha! That hurt. Ha!
That hurt.
Ha!
Okay.
There, how'd that make you feel?
How dare you! Hitting someone in the middle of an argument is hardly.
Didn't you hear me when I said, you ready? Or were you not listening?
Damn it!
Cork, what's your take on this?
I think Jeff died in here.
I feel like I've died in here.
You! Be quiet!
This is not my style of game, we'll say.
For a little defense.
But I'm glad that it makes people happy and that maybe people on other consoles are going to get a chance to experience it for themselves.
My attack!
I say Sonic Thrust!
As am I.
Whoa, come on, give me a break.
I think that just the pacing of this kind of game is so
JRPG.
just agonizing. It seems like everything takes forever. Which,
Deliberate, we'll say.
Yeah, it's very
Deliberate
deliberate.
pacing.
Yes.
Let's try that again.
Oh, Reiner just did an art. Yeah.
Aw, you're not giving up already, are you?
I say, Imperial.
You have yet to see our true.
This next time's for real, guys.
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. Straight up murdered.
Okay, now we're in the battle.
Now.
This time my sword striking your head will kill you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say, this is not good.
These are powerful foes.
So, how big do the battles get? Are you is two?
Oh, there's yeah, there'll be a lots of big
four
beasts.
party
and-
members up on there.
But I mean, like, how many enemies do you face at a time?
Oh yeah, you could have multiple, like a 5, and
Okay.
yeah.
Does the battlefield ever vary? Are there obstacles or anything, or is it kind of an open area generally?
Generally an open area.
Yeah, but the beast sizes are definitely
Yeah. Like the
very-
bosses are where it's at in the Tales games. Like those
Yeah.
things are whew,
Right.
gigantic.
Looks like I won't be catching up with that carriage anytime soon.
How typical of the Schwann Brigade. They can't even.
You ever have the Schwann's guys come to your house with delivery?
I do see him in the neighborhood.
Chef Torque, he stole your outfit.
My heart cut out. My rear part of my cape. Yep.
No use for you low-born scum.
And your signature line.
Please.
And codpiece.
And sideburns.
I can't believe our taxes got her paying these guys.
I used to get the Schwann's ice cream sandwiches all the
Look
time.
at Rapide doing
I like
all
he's
the
just
work.
like, I'm out of here.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
I say, that tops it all. Abandoned by his faithful pooch.
Oh, that's what you think.
Well, you've had a
Rapide
busy
doesn't
day, haven't
abandon
you,
people.
Mr. Yuri Lowell? I'm rather
What's
busy
the name of the Spider-Man actor?
I suppose.
Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah, that's
Lowell
also
is
the
short
joke.
for Lowenthal.
Yeah.
It's rats like you that make Flynn's job so difficult.
Flynn, little
And I wouldn't be
suffering
surprised if Yuri Lowenthal was in this game because
Definitely.
he did a lot of voice acting for JRPGs
Yeah.
like, through the years.
He's in the credits of Smash Bros.
Yeah, I mean, he has been around. It was like when in the PS2 era, it was like always him and Johnny Young Bosch who did everything.
So like I was saying, the thief made off with a priceless treasure from that noble's mansion.
I know. Then he was caught and the loot was returned, right?
The thing I'll say, I mean, there is a ton of story. Like, I mean, you're getting that right here from the outset. It's a little slow. You're just getting to know the world and who he is. But once you meet up with, is it the princess?
Yeah, Estelle.
It really starts to take off, even in the opening moments.
Yeah,
where you end up going. I think you go through the dungeon or the sewers or something like that.
Now, earlier, Kim, you said the story isn't super great. It's
all
the
right,
characters.
yeah. So I'm gonna be
it's
in
the
camp
relationships.
of like a lot of the Tales stories aren't that great so much as like because they all have similar themes and beats. So a lot with technology, nature, whatever. They're not necessarily what makes it for me. It's always the characters and their interactions because they have a lot of like humorous skits and the party bonding is always done really well.
Does the party bonding like manifest itself in gameplay? Like you get bonuses if you've got characters that have a tight bond with one another?
That gets more in the later games where you can pair up with certain characters and build up. But usually that you see it kind of like the growth through those skits and stuff, and they'll play more jokes on each other. And,
and what am I gonna do about that damn Mordio?
The Mordio? You mean to say you've got connections to the famed mage from Ospio, the city of Scars?
He's name dropping.
Oh yeah.
Know about him?
Oh, wanna know, huh? I'm afraid that information won't come cheap.
The famed mage from Ospio, the city of scholars, right?
Well, wait, that's not it. He's the,
And a lot of it is voiced. Like in town conversations, like just with random people won't be. But most of the little skits and all that stuff have audio, which is pretty great.
I'm really interested because apparently Bandai Namco is working on a game for Switch, a new one. And as someone who's been following the series and playing it for a long time, the last I think was Vesperia that they released. I feel like I'm ready for it to kind of reinvent itself a little bit. It's been using the same engine for a while. So I'm curious if they're going to try to change things up now that it's going to be on Switch, what they're going to do there. Is that there's a reason why the series has gone on for so long, despite like it having, some cliches and whatever. It also it does what it does well with its characters. It does what it does well with the battle system. It's always been great with the action combat. Is something that always stands out to me. And I think going on, what if it can get away from some of the stuff with like repetitive environments and backtracking. Tales games are notorious for backtracking. I think it could go somewhere interesting if they can keep it up. Because last Vesperia is actually really interesting because the last entry was super dark, and you kind of played as a darker character, and it was out for revenge, and it was a different take, and I liked it, but it had like some of the same pitfalls that it's had through the years, the series. So I think.
So you think it's going to be a new IP in the Tales?
I don't know.
Or
they
like
haven't
a new
said,
Symphonia?
I hope it's a new, like completely new property. Does the next arc. I don't want a sequel. Remember when they did that horrible Wii sequel to Symphonia? Like, I don't want something like that.
I should point out this has new achievements too. If you played it on 360.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just like a few big ones, like at 125 a pop or whatever, or 200, finishing certain chapters. But now it's like, it has the 50 different achievements at like 15 points each. For different things, including the new mini games.
Yeah. So did you say like you have to have a certain affinity for RPGs to enjoy this at this point?
Yeah,
or
if you're not a fan of JRPGs in general, like this is going to change your mind.
Okay.
You might like the battle system a little more because it's a little more complex. But this one doesn't even get into like the nitty gritties that the series goes on. The depth that the series goes on is with each entry. But like I said, if you're looking for some, like, you just want kind of that nostalgic feeling of old school JRPG, here you go.
Yeah, and we could show off maybe the last thing here. So, we are in kind of a dungeon right now. With treasure chests and all that, but we can show... will it let me? I wanted to go into the... Okay, here we go. Y button for this one. So you have your characters, you'll get your different abilities.
And you'll set them.
Weapons. You could set it to semi or manual. Different equipment throughout the game. You'll get accessories. And
more characters, which will be
different
a lot. And they'll all have different abilities.
Yeah, skill settings, battle strategy, that's where...
Right.
Leave it to me. I always keep it on leave it to me because you cannot trust AI. Just cannot.
Yeah, so it's down on a D-pad, so when you're in battle, you could determine what you're doing. You got cooking.
Cooking's always fun, but it's always so... You don't need to do cooking in this game to succeed, but it's fun if you want to.
Yeah.
Downtown Boy, that's my title right now.
Nice. The Tales games have the titles, and also you'll have little costumes and stuff you can put on him as you go along, which will be funny. Like, I love how they just let you get like funny hats and glasses and just like make your characters look ridiculous.
Yeah, if you put the game down, you can come back, check out what's happened. That's 30 minutes right there. I mean, that's where the game just gets huge, right? Like, we're just barely scratching the surface. But I know this isn't the best look, and no point in the game is really going to give you a very clear snapshot of what exactly the game is, because it can, like, very little things that really make what this game is could be hours apart, right?
Yeah, and it's the build-up kind of everything together, so...
All right. Well, thanks for showing what you showed, though. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And again, out on Switch, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And when is this available?
Today.
Today.
There you go.
Very good. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.